Hey there and welcome to this Canva Quick Start Guide video. My name is Jane Mackay, founder and designer here at Jane Mackay Communications. Congratulations on downloading your Canva templates or signing up for them. I'm going to show you how to use Canva really quickly and easily so that you can get started right away. First, we're going to have a look at how to create an account, and then we'll go through a quick overview of the Canva dashboard, the page dashboard when you're in a design you've created, how to change, add and edit text, how to change fonts and colors in the templates, how to change images, how to use Canva elements and backgrounds, changing layers and using the position, alignment and unlock tools, and then how to download and export your designs. I'm going to take you through this Canva tutorial on a free Canva account, but you can upgrade to Canva Pro, which I'll mention throughout the video because there are some pertinent, relevant tools there in Canva Pro that you get to see in Canva free, but you can't use. So first, how to create an account. So we've gone along to canva.com and you'll see that you have the option to sign up with Google, Facebook, or with email. So we're going to go ahead and sign up with email. We'll enter your name, your email, and a nice secure password, and then click Get Started. It's free. So here we are. This is the Canva dashboard. This is where you will land pretty much every time that you come into Canva. This is the place you land. So up here, obviously in the right hand side, we have the big purple. It used to be turquoise, now it's purple. Create a design button. And here under the cog are your account settings. So in here you can go and change your name and your account settings. And over here you could, add a profile photo, but we're not going to do that today. And here's help. Very useful Canva help. You can search for help or ask a question. So obviously create your own designs. We can create Instagram post, a video, Facebook post, all sorts of print items. You can have them printed through Canva, or you can just create them at a professional level and then have them printed by a local printer. Your YouTube thumbnail, all sorts of different things under here. Or you can create something using your custom designs to something that's specifically that you need. So once you've created your own custom designs, you'll see another level of things here. Your designs. You can access all your designs here as well. Obviously, I've been playing around with the lead magnets here to show you how they work. You can see all your designs by clicking here too, and they'll come up in a nice thumbnail list. I've been playing only in the lead magnet, not the social media templates. So under here you can see other fields like folders. These are really useful. In Canva Free, you're limited to 2 folders, but in Canva Pro, you have as many as you like. This is really useful to keep your work organized across multiple projects, and in my case, multiple brands. And then when you go ahead and create a team, which is a Canva Pro option, but you can just share specific things or entire folders with a team member. Say you're working with a designer or a VA, you can just share it with them, and then they only see those designs. So here you'll see the option for a brand kit. We can upload your brand fonts and create a quick use palette for your own brand using your hex codes that you'll see here. If you've got them, you can just add them there. If you don't have them, there are tools online you can use to convert from RGB and CMYK to hex, but I won't go into that today. You can also upload your brand logos. So brand kits make it much easier to organize. You can rename them, especially when you're working across multiple brands. or if you've got sort of different colors for different projects within your business. So up here we have templates. Obviously, these are all the amazing templates that Canva has on offer. It's a bit more of an extended view than under Creative Design. You can see all the different things that are available. Features contains all the photos, the icons, the print products, the apps, and other integrations, which I won't go into today because they're extensive. Extensive, not expensive. And obviously Learn has a whole lot of tutorials, and their blog and their design school. There's lots to learn about Canva. And pricing obviously gives you the different levels of pricing for Canva. I use Canva Pro. I find that to be the most useful level for my business. So here again, obviously create a team. If you want to work with a designer or collaborate with someone, a VA or other members of your team. So now I'm going to take you through how to edit the template you have purchased or downloaded today. In the PDF you received from us, there was a link. It's pretty clear, the links in that PDF guide. So just click on that link, which I'm going to open in a new tab just to show you. And you'll be taken to a template created by Jane Mackay, me, was shared with you. Start designing now. And then you'll click on this beautiful purple Use Template button, and voila, it will open in a new window for you. So that is as easy as it is to just, you can start editing. All the pages are here. Everything, all the templates for you to add in your images and do what you like. But I will show you now. So before we go ahead, I will mention that to get the most out of your designs, Canva works best on a desktop or laptop, and I use and recommend Chrome, Google Chrome as my browser. So while you can use a tablet or a mobile, not all features are available on mobile platforms, and the interface can be a bit clunky, especially if you're working on multiple pages at a time. And this can really limit your design experience. It can get quite frustrating. So I recommend always using it on a desktop or a laptop. So now we're in the design, let's take a look at all the different options between digging into the design part of things. So the first thing we're going to do is rename our template to something that is useful to us. I'm going to rename this September Lead Magnet template. I'm just going to say that just for now. And then you just click off and it's been renamed. So we'll have a look under the file here. You can obviously create a new design, show rules and guides, which are useful when creating a sort of geometric design or a more, precise design. You'll see as we go through that it's got pretty much automatic alignment, and it's lots of alignment tools. But if you want certain things in certain places on a page, rulers and guides are really useful. So show margins and print bleed. These are useful when creating documents specifically for print. So it will show you how they look when they're going to be printed professionally. Save does what it says on the box. It saves. Canva pretty much saves every time you make a change. You'll want to see all changes saved up here, and you'll know that everything's saved. Obviously save to a folder. Make a copy is really useful, so you can make multiple versions of the same design. You might want to make a copy of a template before you go ahead and edit it, so you don't have to re-download it next time you want to use it. And so we've got obviously download and then help. Again, help is in multiple places around Canva, so if you really get stuck on something, you can use their help library, or obviously Google it if you want to know if it's not here in this tutorial. Another thing that I'll just come back to make a copy, sorry, is if you want to make multiple documents from one template, that's a really useful way to create a really cohesive brand experience. And when you do that, there's this amazing tool up here called Resize, which is a Canva Pro tool. But since we're here, I'll mention it. So as I said, here in Australia, we work in A4, but all my American friends, shout out, use letter size as standard. So when I create something in A4, I then click Magic Resize, and it brings up all the options, and magically I can resize it and make it copy to letter size. And I'll go through and I'll tweak it, obviously, to make sure it's perfect. But this is great for creating multiple designs from the one original document. So you can use an Instagram post and create an Instagram story, or a Pinterest pin, or YouTube artwork, or social media, or my podcast artwork. You'll still need to tweak it, but it makes life a lot easier. So as I said, that is a pro, and you can try pro for 30 days. I highly recommend. It makes life so much easier. So here we have share. You can share the design to view, or again, a pro feature is something I've done for you today, to use as a template, and then that won't affect the original design. So when you share it with someone to edit, all the changes that person makes will change the live document, and then you can share it to view, obviously, if you want approval from someone, or just to share it with a friend or something to see what they say. You can share it to someone's design as an email address, to their email address specifically, or as a link. You just click copy link. And here we have the download button. This arrow is download, and you can choose to download your design in multiple formats. So PNG and JPEG are recommended for images, and for individual one-page designs. Now, I go through this in depth in the Quick Start Design PDF as to what's recommended for what. I recommend you refer to that before you go ahead and start downloading things. PDF Standard is a smaller PDF size, really good for web documents like your Quick Start Canva guide, and Canva for Print is designed obviously for high res for print documents. PowerPoint, MP4, and GIF. These are all mentioned in the Quick Start Guide on one of the last pages, so I recommend you go and have a look there. And then obviously it's here as well. There's a lot of different options. So if I was creating a social media post, say with single or multiple pages even, I'd use a JPEG when page size is an issue. Otherwise, I generally use PNG. If I'm creating an ebook, a workbook, or a lead magnet, I'll use a PDF Standard. Again, check the Quick Start Guide for the different formats and their different recommended uses. So you can choose, which is really useful, to print one page or multiple pages, which is great if you don't want to delete pages out of your template, but only want to print specific pages to PDF or export them to PDF, or just download some of your social media templates. It's really useful. You know, you can do so many different things in Canva. Have a look at all of these. You have the options to publish as a presentation, to print and to present and record at the same time, sort of like I'm doing now, but not within Canva. You can send it to your Facebook page, Twitter, Google Drive. There's just so many options, and it makes life so much easier to create a really cohesive brand experience for your clients. So we'll just go through another some of the other page options. You can click here to add notes to a design, which is really useful. So here I've added a little note that says all the watercolor and design elements are locked. Simply click them on the unlock icon, which I'll show you later, and then so everyone who gets this design will be able to see that note, just to make it a bit clearer. So we have, you can move a page up or down, so you can move it down and change the order of the pages. And obviously notes is really good for working in a team as well. You can duplicate a page, delete a page, insert a blank page, and before you finalize your design, obviously you want to delete any unwanted pages. Here are some controls for, you can zoom in and out using this, so you can have a look at a different view. I sort of normally work at about 75%, but that's up to you. You can go full screen if you want. And this is one of my favorite. So full screen actually will give you a really good idea of what it looks like as a PDF. So one of my favorites is grid view, which is super useful when creating a large multi-page lead magnet or an ebook. It allows you to see all the pages you've created at once. And whether you can assess whether you have gaps in your content or you want to move any pages around, you can just drag and drop them literally. So if you want to put the copyright, here, or of course it's not going to work for me today, you got to line up that green line behind it there, and all sorts of things. So it's really useful. You can quickly and easily move your pages around. You can also, and if you have a design you want to use multiple times for a different purpose or in another section, you can copy or duplicate the page, and then from here duplicate the page and drag it along, and then when you go to export it, you just export the pages you want. So click this big old X here to close that grid view. So finally down the bottom we have help, which is obviously super useful for advanced help, or if you're really stuck, you can click and search for what you think is the problem. So now we'll move over to the left-hand side tools, which is where the fun really begins. You'll see this massive template library. So these are all the templates that are the same size as the document we're working in, which is US letter. But you can filter them by color, language, all sorts of things. So uploads is where you're going to go ahead and upload your logos and your stock images, or your own brand assets, icons and elements. That's where you will upload them. You can see I've uploaded an image so you can use it, and some other images so I can use them in this demonstration. Photos are Canva's stock photo library, which is extensive and fall themed at the moment because in America it's fall. Over here it's spring. And you can see which ones here are free and which ones are pro. There's a pro one, so it's got the crown on it, whereas that one's free. So you can have a look at all, there's so many images in here. There's loads of free images you'll be able to use in your designs to make them your own. So elements are Canva's own elements, like shapes and icons. So shapes are just plain old shapes. Frames, which you put photos into. Text is obviously for text boxes, and then we have stock videos, music, different backgrounds, and down here we have your folders. If you click down here, again, there's more options and integrations, which I won't go into today, but feel free to explore because there's a lot of them, whatever's relevant to your business. So first we're going to have a look at the text options. Now we're really going to start diving in here, so hold on to your hats, kids. So the very first thing you need to do to change text is to click on the text box, and when you'll see this turquoise box come up, and so you can change this. The text toolbar will automatically come up, and appear and give you all the options you have to change your text. Now, I do go through these in the Quick Start Guide, but I'll just take you through them quickly here. Here are all the different fonts. So the ones with the crown are obviously Pro, and the ones without a crown are not. So you can go through and change it to whatever you like. If you've got your own brand fonts or just something else you like, that's fine. All the fonts we use in our templates are available in free Canva, so you can get going really fast. And then we have font size, obviously if you want something bigger, or to change the size of the text box, you can just drag and drop the corner. Also very easy. And obviously depending on the font you use, you might want it to be a different size. So here we have font color. So when you click here in Canva, you'll see that Canva very helpfully lists all the colors that are currently used in the document that you're working on. And here's this brand kit palette that we created earlier. Now, if you have your own brand colors and you haven't created a brand kit, obviously you don't want to make it purple, but you'll be able to click the rainbow up here, the rainbow picker, the color picker, and choose any hex style or just move around and find a color that you like. And do it that way, do it manually, or manually enter the hex code. And if you had a Pro account, as I said, you'd see your multiple brand colors here. Canva Pro, sorry, also does this amazing thing where it picks out the colors of the all the images in the document and presents them to you in a layout, which I can't show you right now because obviously I'm logged into my free account, which is pretty mind-blowing. So you can also use the search to search for colors and inspiration. So you can search for words like watermelon. So in some of our other Canva templates that don't rely on these watercolor elements, which are predetermined, the elements are completely changeable, whereas this is just the colors are what the watercolor elements are, because they were created obviously by hand. So if you change the color of an element to this beautiful watermelon color here, you'll notice that down the bottom it says change all from that color that you used to this color. So this is a really useful tool if you're completely changing a document's color scheme. You're just using the layout of the template. That's pretty amazing. So it would change all the element instances of this original pink down here to this new watermelon color. And you can also do the same with shapes, colors of shapes and all sorts of things. So some fonts have bold, obviously it's pretty, we've been doing that since the 1980s, haven't we, using bold fonts. Italic, underline, you can change the alignment. You can change whether it is all caps or not. You can use dot points or numbered lists, which is really useful, and you just keep clicking until it goes to the option that you want. You can change, here's my favorite, spacing. So I love changing the letter spacing depending on the font I'm using. And when you've got lines of multiple text, I'll just go down so I can show you an example. You can change the line height as well. You can also change, which is useful, where the text sits within the box. So whether it sits top aligned, bottom aligned, or center aligned, which is useful in some instances. One of the ways to really make you stand out as a pro designer is to change this lettering, because a lot of people just stick with 0 which looks fine on a lot of fonts, but other fonts just look better a bit more spaced out. And you can play with that as much as you like. And there's always Control Z or undo if you stuff it up and make a mistake, or you can just re-download the template and copy and paste it. So there are more tools again. When I'm on an option, I'll show you these other sort of more global options. So, well, item options as opposed to text options. So, or element options. Over here, so in this particular template, which is our watercolor template, these items are all custom, painted in this color and created in this color. And to make it easier on you to change just the frames that you want to change, I've locked a lot of the options. So here you click the unlock tool. So all you have to do, you'll see when I'm flying around that things will highlight, and you'll just be able to, and you'll see this little padlock come up. That means it's locked. You'll just be able to head on over here and press unlock, and voila, you can move it. Or change its size, and then move it again. You're just dragging and dropping, moving things around. And then once you get it where you want it, you can lock it again, so you won't change your design. The lock tool is really super useful also when working with backgrounds and other elements you don't want to move, or you want to select a specific item when moving other elements around it. So in this particular template, if you want to move everything but this sort of background border image, like I can move that image, and then I can go here and move that one, and then unlock that one. You might want to delete it, you might want to just, and then go ahead and lock your background, move them, and done. You've got rid of an element. So it's you can unlock things, move them around, then relock them, and it just gives you that peace of mind that you're not going to go around moving bits and pieces when you don't need to. So you can also duplicate things. Oh, sorry, I just duplicated the page then. You can click on an item and duplicate the item. So if you wanted to add another photo, I don't know where you put that, but there, for example, you can, this positioning tool, find a bit of better example. Let's see, I'll move you and I'll unlock you, and say I want to position these two so they're between the two elements in the center. You can do that. But another useful tool is, like, if I want this to be absolute center of the design, I would go middle and then center, and you know that that element is at the very center of your design. Really useful for text and lining up items. So also the position, let's see, so if I wanted to position that, I wanted to bring it to the forward, I bring it to the front, and then it's over my image, and I can resize it. But to access that image, we've got to bear in mind that we're not going to be able to, because this is in front of it, so we'd send it backward again, and then put our image in it. I'll just drag and drop just completely for an example. Here's one we've uploaded. Put a lady in there. Oh, there we go. You just double click on that and drag and drop her to where you want. And then we go, okay, we want this gold up the front again. Oops. And then we go to front. And then we've got that lovely gold over the front of her. So you can align, you can send items backwards and forwards, and to good effect. It can really make you look super professional. You can send items to the back, to the forward, or work out which, because Canva doesn't technically have layers, but everything is layered on top of each other. You can bring text up and have it over an image, or however you like. It's really up to you. And this is how you can take something like a template and really make it your own for your own design purposes. So you can align text boxes and elements to the left or the right. You can change the however you want it. So you can also, another really useful thing is you can group items together so that you've got them in the layer that you want, but you want to send them to the back so that it's, say this yellow squiggle here comes up at the front. So we just keep going backwards until it appears, and then beautiful layered design, which makes you look really professional. Or if we want to line up these, for example, we position them, make sure they're left aligned, and then we'd group them, because then we know that we can just move them around as one element, and it just makes life that much easier and a lot quicker to create your designs. Another really useful thing is you can select, you've got this, you can select an item and then you've got this copy style button, and you can go copy style and then click. Not so practical in this example, but you could, or I can go the other way around, a bit more practical, and it will copy the style of any element that you can amend or edit yourself, or text, and then copy it over to the other element. So you can change multiple items without remembering which specific style you're using. Another really cool element is, I'm just going to ungroup them, and I might just add a little bit of an element in here so you can see it. If I wanted to, say, put a little, this isn't very color friendly, I can't deal with that. You can change the opacity of something. So I've just popped that element in there for this example, and you can change the transparency, which is great if you're using an image you don't want to be necessarily front and center of your design. Obviously, if this is a photo of you, you want you to be front and center. But if you're going through and like, I can change this, unlock it, transparency, you can, it changes the color and can add some really beautiful subtle design elements. This works on all items, including text and images. So next we have links. So how you can link anything. You can link elements, text, images. You can see that, like, this has got a link in it. And I would put my, like, facebook.com/Jane, if I can spell, can never type when someone's watching me, that includes you. You'd put your link in there and then apply. And that is now a link. So when you export this document as a digital document, obviously, not as a print document, you share it as a standard PDF, or even a print PDF, when you export it, then these elements will be links, which is really cool. And that's really useful because you can then add your social media icons and your web address, which you can use through your entire document as a link. Now remember, if you want multiple links in one text box, you will have to copy and paste the text box and line it up, because the link affects the entire item. So you can't have, like, this couldn't have one link for the first line and then another link here. It just doesn't work like that in Canva. So it affects the whole element. So you'll need to break it up. So another cool thing is if you want to add your own social media. I'm just going to zoom in. Say you have Twitter. Come up here and have a look in elements. So we will search for Twitter. And you can add the style, which we've kind of used here. We'll put him, I'm on the wrong page. So hang on, I'll click here and then I'll come over here. Maybe we'll make him blue. and you'll be able to, if you put them in line with these other guys here, you'll be able to see that they've got those smart guides, and then you'll be able to, it'll go pink and it'll line them up. Voila! And you'll be able to change the color to automatically match your other icons, and then go ahead and add your text or add your link or whatever you want to do. So you can link anything you like. And then obviously you can realign them nicely however you like as well. I'll just show you quickly how to do that. So if we've got these, you can say you can position them horizontally, and that will line them all up horizontally. Or if you want to bring them up here, say, I didn't really lock that item, did I? That element. Let's put them over here and then I'll show you. So say I'm just going to grab them all. Say I've got all these bunch of links here, and I'm just going to throw them all here. And I go, oh, that's messy. And so I'll get rid of you for the minute. I'll go through here. I'll unclick. So if you can control click adds it. Sorry, shift click adds. Shift click takes away. So you position them vertically, horizontally, or you can just click tidy up and it will center them all for you if you don't like it, and it will vertically align them, or hit left obviously to align them again. So that's a really cool way to add things and make them look super neat and super professional. What do we need to talk about next? Images. So anywhere you see an image frame, I'll just get out of this and I'll just zoom back to 75. These clouds and backgrounds are image frames. So as I showed you really quickly before, you can upload your own images into Uploads. So click that big purple upload an image or video, and anywhere you can see an image frame, you can drag and drop your uploads quickly and easily into that frame. Now, done. How easy was that? If she's not lined up how you'd like her to be, if you'd like more face, you can simply drag it over and click off, and there she is, beautifully lined up and looking gorgeous. And so as I said, you just go double click on the frame, click, and then that will bring you up the options to drag her around. And clicking here on the photos menu, again, you'll see the Canva image library. So you can pay for specific images. You know, if you wanted to use this pro image, I think they're about $1 each. And you can obviously, in this Canva library, you can search for things like a woman, all these happy smiling faces. You can, again, just drag her over. She looks beautiful. Now we can, within this amazing image adjustments up here, oops, you don't want to change that color. You can filter. So it's got some really good filters here, so you can preview them. You know, that looks pretty, or this one is quite good with this particular template. So you can you can change the intensity of that. So really intense, we'll change it to black and white, but still colored. And then, sorry, I'll just go back to none. You can adjust. You can add a vignette, which adds sort of a shading around the side. You can use cross-process, which again is another color effect, which can be really cool. You can blur it if you want to use, say if you've got an image that you want to use as a background, but you don't want it to be really prominent. Blur is a really useful tool. Obviously, you can brighten her up. You can add her contrast. You can do all sorts of things. You can even change her color to suit your brand, which is cool with images like of landscapes and offices and stuff. You can, another option is you can change the size of your image frame. just by dragging these corners. That's super useful, and I quickly showed you this here, but like you can reduce these frame sizes if they're annoying you, and just by making them smaller like that, and that's useful on shapes. You can change the shape of the shape, so I'll show you here on elements. Like if I've got a square, I can change that square to almost a line, and that's really useful as well. But if you want to change the entire size of it, remember to use those corner circles there. So, you know, there's so many options in Canva to make you look like a professional. So, we've gone through filters, we've gone through, you know, crop. Here's another one. So again, this is not going to work on her, but say that was the crop that I wanted. The other thing I will show you actually is, which you don't have on these photos, but you have flip. So if you've got an image and you want it to look different, you can flip it horizontal, you can flip it vertical, which really can change the shape of an element. I think that's all you need to know there. I'm just going to throw a blank page in here and I'll show you some other really cool options. So in Canva, we have frames, image frames. So you've got a lot of those. I like the sort of really organic shaped ones. This is the one I've used in this template, but obviously, as you can see, there's lots of different ones here. Spell out your name or your business name. Lots of different things to explore. Or I'll just show you this. You can use a grid. And obviously I'm just showing you the basics here. I'm not going into a full Canva tutorial. But if you add a grid in here, that will cover the entire page with a photo grid. So you can put this beautiful lady here, and then this beautiful lady here. And again, you can double click and drag to adjust where she sits on the page. And then if you wanted to like do a bit of a fall scene, you can pop her in there. And you can see those images are almost perfectly in color balance, so you could find your own images from stock image sites to complement your brand, and deliver that in a sort of abstract way. Like if we say, you know, we could put that one in there and that looks really cute, you know. So you can create so many different grids. You know, that's I love grids, but you know, all these different grids. You can create a mood board or a collage, or just, you know, add a page of photos of you and your brand to really set the scene. The possibilities are just endless. So elements are a really great way to make to quickly and easily make your design your own. They even have animated stickers, which you have to export as a GIF or a video. There's lots of them, which you've probably seen around on people's Instagram accounts. They're pretty cute. Christmas, emojis, all sorts. Another useful element is backgrounds. So I'll just go into another blank page here to show you this. So say you can choose any background you like. Let's choose this one. And because it's in background, it will automatically fill the page. And again, we have these amazing effects that you can use. They're even more even more extensive than just the photo. In Canva Pro, there is background remover, which is pretty amazing. Duotone, you have to go through and connect these effects. I can't show you here, but the filters are still there, so that's a really quick and easy way to change the color of something. You can adjust it again using those ones I showed you earlier. The element that's really, you can adjust everything in Canva to be your own aesthetic. And if you decide to get rid of the background, just click on the background, hit delete, and it is gone. So I think that is pretty much all I can teach you in this quick tutorial today on how to use Canva. I recommend that you watch this the way through and then you can click along. It's pretty much, I think, all you need to get started on these beautiful templates that I've created for you. If you have any questions, take a look at the PDF Canva Quick Start Design Guide. Check out Canva's own help. Again, there's heaps. And obviously you can Google or email support at jmackaycommunications.com.au. That email is in your PDF Quick Start Guide, and that's it. And I hope you enjoy using your templates to create a cohesive brand experience for your business. Please tag me. I'm on at jmackaycoms on Instagram or jmackaycommunications on Facebook. And I wish you all the best with your designs, and keep an eye on your inbox for all the new templates we're going to release, and happy canvaing.